Every upload I make deposits cash and makes an impact. No sponsors, no hack, just one message. Welcome to Build Mode On. My name is Daniel Ince. An unfiltered, raw approach while I build my brand online, in public. So I've done this in a framework that if you're grinding at your desk right now, play it on in the background and literally just steal my framework here. I've really tried to scale back the glitz and glamour and wow factor of my videos, because at the end of the day, no matter what, I could be on a gimbal, I could have the perfect lighting, I could have perfect audio, anything I want, but the story is what matters. And as a creator, figuring out how to generate revenue off it is the ultimate goal. If I can, in this way, inspire one or two people from, a low, I don't want to say low quality, but low effort impact on myself, and also add to this video by having other creators come on board and contributing, well, that adds to the algorithm, so that's fantastic. I can chop up this video if there's anything inspirational, like I can stand here, say some inspirational stuff, have it in a vertical format, throw some captions here. I'm monetized on YouTube. Well, that's the deposit of cash. I'm a huge proponent of the compounding effect. I think it's drastically underrated in how it can benefit someone long term. If you're a creator like myself and share some of the struggles, share the ups, share the downs, and trying to do it all in real time, like here's the good, the bad, and the ugly of it. I get messages about someone that wants to do it, but they're not willing to jump through some of the proverbial hoops that are required. There's unfortunately no way around that. So that's really important. And going back to what I was talking about in terms of the compounding effect, you never realize how important these videos are long term because people see them in this format. It lives on YouTube. You also never realize what opportunities you could potentially get from these videos. You could learn to be really good and talk in front of camera with that. So the long-term impact for yourself is getting brand deals, getting paid sponsorships, getting opportunities from it. You could also realize that you're better in certain ways of doing educational videos with a lot of movement in it, or a lot of hand gestures, or a lot of whip pans or whatever, and that may work really well for you. You may learn a lot from it. I learned a lot from it as well. There's a lot of ways that as you're trying to figure out what works for yourself, but you're also trying to build that compounding effect, don't underestimate how getting in the reps and getting comfortable with it and getting used to it will help you in other aspects. That may get you another job from something else. That may get you another opportunity that you don't foresee coming. And that's where that compounding effect is so beneficial. Today, I was actually on a Spaces talk, and we were talking about how to actually build yourself up as a founder or creator. And I think the framework is there. I think everything is laid out for you. You just actually have to go out and do it. You have to get yourself comfortable. You have to get in the reps. Going back to this, if you scroll back to my YouTube, because a lot of it's still all public, I had close to 200 YouTube vlogs uploaded. No revenue, no nothing from it, but it was just great to document the process. And shout out to Gary V for inspiring me to document the process and focus on being in the moment and understanding that, yeah, we're creating something bigger with what we were creating, but also it's important to go back. It's great to actually watch some of that cringy content, and thank you, Gary V. I want to start building in a framework here with my videos, and I think there's going to be tremendous value not only for myself, for others watching it, and then the impact I know is going to be tremendous overall. And here's the framework that I'm working on, and here's why I think it's going to be good, because I've noticed that as I talked about, I built and ran a fitness business, and you can see in those videos, I've also been on this content creation endeavor, digital assets are a thing as well, whether that be investing or marketing from it. But there's 3 key repeatable success points that I've seen in my talking points, and also providing this content for clients. So I'm going to give it to you here for free for those that are actually tuned in right now. And that's having the simple, repeatable message of your vision, your value, and your journey. Figure out how to talk about your vision, provide tremendous value, and document the journey along the way. The more you can do that in different messages, different formats, whatever works for you. I mean, you do you, blogs, podcasts, there's so many ways to do it, but it's so important to do that. And it's so important to be doing that now. Don't waste on it. I think about some of my YouTube uploads from the start to now, and I look at the tools that I have to create now compared to before. The biggest thing is this audio. The fact that I have wireless audio in my pocket, in here, that I can hook up however I want, a game changer. So no one has an excuse. You have a phone, use this port here, get a cheap audio mic, and start recording. Even better, see how I'm in the shade? You get yourself into the light here, maybe use a nice window as well. You're gonna find better ways to create content. And I just urge that you have to get out there and do it. And then figure out how to talk about your vision, deliver value, and document that journey. You do that repeatably, you figure out how to chop it up, you figure out how to build your brand around it. That's the success framework and template right there. And that's what I found has worked for so many clients, what I'm now using for myself. And although it's a new concept that I'm sharing, it's something that I've actually been doing so much over years and years and years of repeatable success with clients. So thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I guess we'll see you guys later. So let's actually put this in practice. How do we talk about the vision? Well, my name is Dan, I'm a content creator. I've launched a token on the blockchain called Toro, and it's all about service-backed business. It's a service-backed business that is bridging Web 2 to Web 3. What do I mean by that? Well, I do consulting, I do content creation, I do everything around Web 3 for businesses that are looking to bridge from Web 2 to Web 3. That's the simplest way to do it. So if you're looking to get onto the blockchain as a business, you're looking to get onto the blockchain as a brand, fantastic. That's where I can really help. You're already on the blockchain as a business or a brand, and you want to document the process, you want to build a legacy project, you want to do something absurd like a short film or a mockumentary. That is my jam, that is my style, that is what I want to be here for, and that is what I'm focused around building. So whether I'm doing it for myself or for elite luxury brands or whoever, that is the focus overall, and that is my vision for El Toro here. So if you want to be part of it, obviously you know how to do that. This is not a shill show, so we'll leave it at that. So how can I deliver value to you guys? Well, this is probably a pretty good start. I'm literally giving you a template to success here. But in terms of my vision of El Toro, how can I provide value for people here? Simply put, connect with me on YouTube if you want, or hit me up on X. Dan is Driven is my X handle, and I'd love to give you a spotlight. I'd love to interview you if you are a Web3 visionary and you're looking to talk about your token, or you're looking to talk about your coin, or you're an investor that just wants to shoot the shit and share about challenges or share about your journey. That's what I want to do. So that is the value that I'm trying to provide for you here in terms of El Toro. In terms of the value that I'm providing here on this platform, it's literally I'm giving you the template to success. So record videos, get in front of the camera, talk about whatever you want, chop it up, put it on all the platforms you can, monetize it, and you're good. You have a platform that has outstanding analytics. Use those analytics for some other proof of concept as well. I've been using this actually as of late, that I was able to close someone in real life from using like my crypto analytics on Twitter for a paid role. So there is ways that you can do it, and you just have to, I think, be transparent about it. And when you have someone that's hiring you for a job, I guarantee there's going to be better people than you at the job. The biggest thing that someone who wants to give you money for that job is, are you saving them time? Are you better maybe to deal with? Do you have more to offer? So are you more reliable? Are you just, like I said, easier to deal with? Do you save them time? There may be someone more skilled, but at the end of the day, they don't care. So that's my value proposition. That is also my vision as well. So let's talk about the journey, because I think that's important to share, and we don't talk about it enough. So I was going to talk about a recent setback that I had. And although I like to talk about that, should I? See, this is where it would be good live, and if I had an audience, because then I could ask you, should I talk about a challenge and a setback, or should I talk about an amazing success story? Or can I talk about something that has nothing to do with both and gets around to the end topic, which I think that's how we're going to go. So it's middle of May. I'm in Toronto at the Consensus Toronto Crypto Conference, and it's early in the morning. I have my coffee. I was trying to vlog with my Osmo, and it just wasn't working because I had my carry-on luggage and coffee. And walking into Consensus Toronto, if you've seen the Metro Toronto Convention Centre, when it's full, it can be hectic. So I'm in my head. I'm trying not to burn myself with my coffee. And as I'm taking the escalator down, I hear over my shoulder, "Nice beard game." And I look. You can't be talking to me. But yeah, I guess he's talking to me. For the guy who's always dreamt of a comment like that to finally get it, man, who is this guy? Who is this angel that has blessed me with these words, is what I'm thinking. But it gets better. So we shoot the shit, find out, oh, he's obviously going to Consensus Toronto, and oh, he's Canadian as well, obviously from the overwhelming politeness too. But what takes him to Consensus Toronto? Well, he's actually speaking there at Consensus Toronto. Me fumbling around with my coffee, ended up spilling it on my equipment, which was good because then he knew that I had equipment, and he said, "Oh, well, I'm speaking later. You should maybe come check it out." And then, yeah, okay. Awesome, good. We connected, nice. If you know the Metro Toronto Convention Centre, you know it's big, but somehow I end up running into this man later. And I reintroduced myself as the guy with the nice beard. He immediately knew, and he's like, "Oh, talking right away. Why don't you come cover it?" And I'll be honest, I didn't have like my proper video gear, and I could have done a better job. There's always that perfectionist approach, but regardless, I had what I needed to get a decent job done. I know I could do the job, so I said, heck yeah, why not? Low-key, I actually had like 2 meetings booked that one didn't show up for and one rescheduled, which was good. But in that opportunity, I saw it was great to cover this man's talk. And at the end of the day, a relationship was built, started to build, I guess, let's say that. So we covered the thing. We covered the event. It was good, not great. I know I could have done a better job if I had the right equipment, like if I had some of my ND filters, and if I had my actual like big camera gimbal, and if I had my mics that I could plug in the lapel, so then when the dude is wearing a white shirt, you don't have a black. Anyway, it's all good. At the end of the day, it worked well. It was decent. A relationship was started, and then it was on me to provide value. So why are we talking about this really long, rant of a story because months later, we've started up the discussion again. We've kept in touch. There was another sort of aspect of a project that he's looking on. Hey, can you chop up something for me? Yeah, of course, no problem. I'm sure, I guarantee he probably has someone locally for him that could do a way better job than me. But hey, I'm there, I've got the content, got it. Dude, turn it around to him. I'm being critical here, but that's not the point. The point is continuing to deliver value and like being part of the journey and processing the journey. Like, the process is the journey and the journey is the process, and it's all more important than the destination. So it's creating relationships along the way, it's opening up doors, it's networking, it's building, it's everything we talk about doing and maybe we just don't do. So hopefully this inspires you guys about my journey to do that, and hopefully more things to come with this gentleman who I would argue has a better beard game than myself, but we'll never know. He also, like, shout out to him, he also helped me with my storytelling, something I'm continually working on. Far better storyteller than me, and I will give you a sample of that one day or another. I'm here to tell you a story today, so that's what you get. So there we go. That is the typical way that we chop it up. And it wasn't flashy, it wasn't fancy. I literally just hit record, had a few notes, and I talked about it. But it's having that vision, talking about it, having value and providing value. So if you're a service provider, if you're a content creator, provide like a tremendous amount of value. And you may need to go over and above sometimes, and it may not work out, and that's part of it. And that's where maybe you're documenting the journey, or maybe you're able to chop up this content and use it for something else, or maybe a portfolio piece comes about it that gets you an amazing opportunity ahead. Like, there's so many ways that you have to do it, and the biggest thing is just go out and do it. So that's the framework, that's the template. I guess I'm gonna leave it on to you. What is stopping you from doing it? If you are a content creator, reach on out to me. I'd love to hear in the comments below what's stopping you from hitting that record button, what's stopping you from chopping up this content, what's stopping you from every time you hit record, printing money and making that impact. Because, like, we're here, we're doing it, we're working on it together. Let's get real, let's get raw. This is another unfiltered episode. Real and raw in like a PG sense, but this is another unfiltered episode. I hope you guys enjoyed the upload. My name is Daniel Ince, and I will see you guys, I think, another time, for sure. All right, later.